After a short U32 break, we're back with the normal season of Cosmic Crucible. As always, interesting time because new teams, new meta, new rooms, Annihilus buffs, all sorts of crazy stuff happening. As you can see, I did lose my first one, and I'm a little annoyed at myself because I could have easily won this one. I made one semi-greedy, impatient mistake, and that did end up cost me because I would have won by 10. But again, easy to say that in hindsight. So let's see how things went. So you can immediately see my first mistake here. So my opponent did not have too much on defense, but this is part of the meta shift I was talking about, because Annihilus right now tends to need minimum 2 sacks on defense, and one of those is really good if it's a Daemon comp, which kind of changes the entire puzzle that you need to solve because it pulls things away that normally you'd have available. Now you have to move things around to counter things that you may have daemoned in the past, and so on and so forth. So here, I know Odin can carry this. My problem was bringing Thunderstrike and Blastar to stop speed bar, and also I forgot something really critical about Mummy, or lack thereof for Professor X. So I kind of went into this out of habit thinking, oh yeah, Mummy, after Magneto goes, he's just going to retaunt, so I'm fine. So it's okay to bring Thunderstrike and Blastar to stop speed bar just in case, I get unlucky with swipes and all that stuff. But I'm an idiot because the only reason why he retaunts is because usually you bring Professor X in here and he cleanses, so Mummy gets to retaunt and you're kind of safe. So the real answer here was honestly just bring Captain Britain, because even when he dies, he's still preventing speed bar, and the only reason why the only reason why Odin ever loses this in general is because Phoenix will die, she'll bring back Omega Red, now he has speed bar, also gives speed bar to, I think, Magneto, so you just need speed bar to not be a thing, to just stay ahead of Omega Red. But I was a little silly here and did something different. I was thinking about the milestone that's active right now. I just wanted to get the points, so I was like, yeah, I'll just slot these guys in here. It's fine. Turns out it's not fine. So I brought Black Cat here because there's 2 revives to remove, although honestly this was also probably a mistake because it was kind of irrelevant. You'll see why, because Magneto goes, kills her, but the minute you revive, Phantom Rider gets his revive back. So this ended up kind of being pointless. I guess, I don't know, it prevented Mummy from doing this stuff, but not really, because that's not really my main concern. So we start doing things here. At this point, I'm exposed, right? So here's a silence. He's never going to retaunt. So when they do get to go, they're going to freely attack into my team, which is the problem. Also, since he has the revive now, he dodged the ability block. Not that it really mattered, but, kind of annoying. Thunderstrike going. As always, the priority is killing Omega Red. So he's getting low. He's blinded, so he's going to miss. Boop. There we go. So now Omega Red gets to take a turn and he specials right on my Blastar. So here's immediately where I start having problems. If I'd gotten really lucky with RNG and he'd gone into Mummy, I would have been fine here. But since speed bar's on the table, it's basically up to RNG what happens right now, because we kill him off cool, they're all really low. Magneto is going to be a problem very soon though, and you'll see why. But, they're taking turns, that's fine. So here's the big problem. Because Speedbar's on the table now, she gets to res, Dark Phoenix gets to special, and I'm just getting obliterated here in a sec, because Magneto goes and he's going to special, which puts out a blind, and Odin does not like blinds. So this damage sticks to me. And then Omega Red goes and uses his ultimate and just immediately kills off my Odin. Had I used Captain Britain, I'm pretty sure I was fine. It would have been dirty, but it would have been a one-shot, and I think that may have been the win. I don't know. If I'd lost my entire team, maybe I would have lost efficiency anyway. But note to self, if you're going to do a risky attack in here, just bring Captain Britain, because it helps keep this trio in check if things go off the rails. I'm not going to show the cleanup here. It's only 2 Phoenix Force, so they kind of just died in a couple of turns. Nothing too special. So moving on to stage 2. So this This surprised me, but I also know why. Because I've never had a more inefficient fight into Daring Warriors. And I think that is, well, I think, I'm pretty sure it's because I got the worst possible RNG. Now, I'm never bringing anything faster than Jeff again. So the problem here is Quasar wins the coin flip between the two. So even though his attack is unblockable and hits hard, they've just got full barriers. So his attack basically does nothing. Now, if Jeff wins the coin flip and brings them all together, the special also removes barrier, then yes, he will do good things. But he actually kind of is just wasted here. He doesn't really do anything. So I'm never bringing Quasar here again. There are other things that are 128 and lower that would do way better here. So the other thing that I learned here is that it really matters who you special on with Sentry. Because, for those that didn't know, I'll show you in a sec, blind turns into stealth when you flip it. And this is part of the bad RNG. Ideally, you want Eclipse to go before Sentry so that he gets to decay everything. Unfortunately, now she goes and gets to flip everything. So she gives them like death proofs, and you know there's now a stealth on Cannonball, and I kind of wanted to go for him because he was lower, but I'm kind of forced into Thrasher here. Null always does good things with his special. Boop. Then my Carnage goes. So I am going to kill off Thrasher here and, you know, do some good things. But because of those death proofs, because of the bad RNG, and because Quasar basically did nothing, I am actually starting to fall behind here. And when they do take turns, they hurt. So this comp does really rely on them kind of dying before they really get to go. So let's see how the rest of this goes. It's pretty spicy. So, boom. There goes my Jeff, even though he's got an extra red star now. Sentry ultimate is good. So it does do some good damage, but they have safeguards, so it didn't flip anything. And then Null gets to do his ultimate. But again, because of those death proofs and stuff, they're surviving a little bit extra. Maybe I should have probably not targeted Jessica Jones there, but I kind of forgot about the double assists that are on the table at that point, because I was kind of like, what the hell is going on? Why am I losing this? So yeah, very inefficient. My Sentry here is just going to kill himself, basically, because of how he works. And the Retaliate. Boop. Yeah, I think the assist now kills him. Yeah. So very, very dirty. But yes, just don't bring anything that goes before Jeff, because you're just beating into barrier that you're going to remove anyway. So I think, honestly, I think Gwenpool would have been a much better pick here, because she will get to flip anything that Eclipse just flipped before you and set you up for better success. Okay, so stage 3. So this is also interesting because it's new mutants with Executioner, which I think a lot of people are putting in to break the accursed counter, because this guy will just blast someone immediately and then Cannonball will finish them off. I'm assuming that's why Sunspot is here as well, for the offense sub, so that, you know, he's going to do a lot of damage, and then this guy will do even more damage than usual. So this is a bit of a gamble here, in that they're expecting to kill you before they kill them, because with that magic here, they are not very squishy, but they're a lot squishier than normal. And that also affected this matchup. So I brought Jessica Jones because, honestly, I wasn't really sure what to bring that wouldn't just die to this guy. Actually, thinking about it now, I know what I should have done. This is where I should have brought Black Cat, because I forgot that he's not going to get to taunt. So I could have just stopped this guy from ever taking a turn. Which, it's not the end of the world that he does, but, you know, a little more control doesn't hurt. But it's why I brought Jessica Jones, and she does end up doing stuff here, but I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, Cannonball does his thing, does a bunch of damage. But yeah, they all have offense up, which is very painful. So I do the special over here, but with no trauma, she just flips everything. So she also has offense up, and she actually kind of obliterates my team. I'm guessing her special is unblockable. Is it? Let's see. I saw some blocked, but that might not have been... There we go. Let's see. Yeah. So she does a shit ton of damage, reduces all my buffs, so I was kind of getting a little worried here. Then you start taking turns though, and it's fine because magic isn't here, so I was worried about a long fight, which magic is good for, but without her healing, they kind of just fall over. But as you can see, this does eat up a lot of efficiency, and I could see it going poorly against the Smoldering Warriors. So yeah, Jessica Jones does flip stuff, so sure, and then Eclipse finishes it with her ultimate, which heals me back up, but it did get a little spicy there, so I was kind of surprised how effective this was. Alright, so stage 4, so I think this is where I made my other potential mistake, in that I probably could have saved Professor X, but when I was trying this in War, I was really worried about RNG with null assists into Mr. Fantastic, because if you don't stop the speed stat, then Hank gets to go, Captain Britain gets to go, and there's assists from null happening at the same time, so sometimes he would die early. And I did not like that, because at that point, bad things can happen. So I thought I'd be okay in Room 1. Like you saw, I would have been fine probably if I brought Captain Britain, but also if I had Professor X, it would have kind of also been fine. But anyway, this is a fun composition and a fun replay. I already switched out my defense because, I mean, it's going to happen a lot while trying to figure out the new meta, but I did not like the tools that I had available for things like this, because I only have expensive counters for this, and there are the things you can do here with other teams that are quote-unquote cheaper without really damaging your defense, and I tend to go very defense-heavy because I hate playing for efficiency. So anyway, the whole concept here was I take a beating and then bounce back. And actually, Breaker's insane, and you'll see why. So, you know, Blue Marvel goes first. He kind of almost one-taps my team, or at least members of my team. Then Franklin gets to go, and he does some good things because he hits really hard. Boop. Now, so Breaker here, where is it? He's really good for helping rebalance your team. He's going to be an amazing plug-and-play character because on his passive, where is it? So yeah, on his first turn, he's going to heal everyone for 20% of his max health, which is, you know, great because if you get hit early with like a Blue Marvel and then he goes right away, he'll kind of rebalance your team for any subsequent attacks. But his special, outside of just doing great things, reduces the duration of all negative effects on this character and each ally by 2, and then he gives, you know, himself basically offensive safeguard. But all these buffs are, well, not all of them, but most of these buffs are going to go away now because of the special. And he also hits like a fucking truck. It's kind of crazy. He just blasts these teams. Now, here's the other fun thing. So this little thing, this little icon here is his passive, which, let's go back in. Where is it? When an enemy with unstable singularity is attacked, he will also then attack for 350% piercing, apply 2 bleeds, clear negatives on self, and he gives himself some speed bars. So you generally want to hit the singularity. It is RNG where it goes though, because outside of War, his special will apply, I think, to a random enemy. So you can't really control where it goes, but if you can hit it, you want to hit it. Because, let's see, let's do this. Oop. I think he just crit him for 35 million. Now he has offense up, he had defense down, but that was his passive just annihilating Blue Marvel. I also managed to get into the top 10, so he's 2 diamond, so he's really big, but I was not expecting him to hit that hard, so I think with that knowledge now, I probably could have saved Professor X for something else here, even though this would have been a little bit more inefficient. But Breaker would have rebalanced and just killed everyone, so I think I could have saved him. But again, hindsight, 2020, all that stuff, we know for next time. Okay, stage 5. So this is a 3 diamond Annihilus, and this changed a lot of what I was trying to do. Well, maybe not a lot, but it had me very worried, and there's a couple things that I did here that I think were still valid even though it didn't play out the way I was worried about. So I'm not going to show this stack. So here's the thing. This is not a good Annihilus team. Just straight up. The only thing that's good about it is that Thanos is here, and he's got Annihilus next to him. So basically, sacks that you do, even with the Mortal X-Men, because assuming you're going to die here, they would refeed Annihilus with energy, and he would just special again next time. So, and what I mean when I say this is not a good team is that it gave me a lot of options for how I deal with this, because this is just a war team. They're not stopping speed bar or speed stat, and they're also very slow. So the only thing I really needed to worry about was Annihilus. So I guess it's good from the perspective of it's a nothing team, but still takes 2 sacks because Annihilus is there. But it also guarantees that you'll be able to clear this, as opposed to certain other compositions you can come up with that make this a lot harder. So anyway, you do the sack here, then I'll show this one. Because a 3 diamond Annihilus, his basic on your turn, I was worried would just one-shot my Daemon. It doesn't look like it did, and it did crit. So maybe I could have brought something else here instead, although I don't think it actually would have mattered because I still cleared it with 3 hits. So maybe Daemon would have gotten a reset here basically with more damage, is what this would have meant. But I literally hit the ultimate from Daemon and then paused again for the same problem that I mentioned before of feeding energy to Annihilus. So this here was literally just get everyone low for the 3rd hit. Ideally it would have killed everyone, but it didn't. And maybe that's also okay because it means he doesn't get his little bug spawns. But again, this is what I mean by it's a bad team. Even though they're all alive, I kind of don't care, even for the 3rd hit. If this was something spicier, I could have ended up in a situation where I couldn't clear this room. So anyway, let's go straight back into the other hit. So the one thing that Annihilus does not like is dodges. So I think you're going to see this a lot as the 3rd hit, or variations of this, or other things that have dodges. Because it means he doesn't constantly heal back up. But there are very, very few teams that can actually do that, and there's ways of breaking this already, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, anyway, so they don't spawn with dodges, but when Superior Spider-Man goes, he gives all Insidious and Superior, I forget, but he gives all of these guys dodges. So we hit into him, and again, this is what I'm saying. If this was a faster team that would have kind of gone in and removed these dodges before Annihilus does his thing, I would have probably been in trouble again. But right now I just have free reign to just beat into Annihilus without him healing up, because I'm just dodging everything. So he gets to go, oh no, a basic, I evaded, oh no, another dodge. So I get to immediately take off the control rod here. So the fight is basically over. There's no supporting cast that matters. I even use the Scorpion Special over here because I was not worried about Annihilus anymore. They start dying, which gives Vulture speed bar. It's just kind of, it's already over, because you can also rewind Annihilus, especially after Control Rod. It just means he never takes another turn. But yeah, that was basically it. Diamonds on Annihilus definitely make this spookier. And again, I think I would have struggled way more had this been a different Annihilus cast. But even so, I had to sack twice, so it both is and isn't a good defense for him. So we'll see how the meta evolves as people move Annihilus around. I have him with a different cast, which is definitely spicier. But my opponent had so much on offense that it ended up not really being a big problem, clearly. But yeah, let's move on. And finally, stage 6. This is just a nothing room. I was still stretched kind of thin here. I definitely could have moved a lot of things around. I knew I would one-shot this. I was not super concerned with efficiency because I was kind of hoping my Annihilus comp would get cleared. Because I also have Annihilus on defense, by the way. But mine is only 5 red, so he is not as big of a threat as the like a 3 diamond one, as you can just see. So let's see how this one goes. I mean, this is just the old man Logan show as usual. Breaker is the only wrinkle here, and it's kind of funny. I hit some really bad RNG that cost me some extra efficiency, but again, I don't think I was ever at risk of losing this. So A fast ultimate to flip everything. That's why Ares is here. Ideally this is Apocalypse, but I used him elsewhere. Then you stun Iron Fist because you don't want him to, well, you don't want this guy to be healing everyone basically. Then the other threat here is Lady Bullseye. There's no point in trying to stop this guy, at least not on his first turn. God, I always go the wrong way. Because on his first turn, he's going to lower the duration of negative X on self, so and heal. So anything you throw at him is just kind of wasted. So I just wanted to control the people that I knew I could control. So that's why ability block on Lady Bullseye. Then Executioner is going to ability block Swordmaster and kill Lady Bullseye. Yeah, so see, he now gets to go. He just cleared everything, and he healed them up a little bit. So he's a really good character. Now here, obviously, the worst character to hit is probably Ares, or maybe the best. I don't know. I don't think these others would have died, but who knows. But Ares is one of my weakest characters. See, he just almost one-taps him. He also gets the Unstable Singularity, which I guess is some good RNG on my part. But then Swordmaster also goes into him, which then stuns my Executioner, which is kind of, unfortunate. And Iron Fist also then hits into this guy, so it's kind of like, can one of you hit my Old Man Logan? Again, never at risk of losing this. It's just funny seeing how the worst targets are constantly getting hit. However, Shadow King is going to remove all this stuff, so it doesn't really end up mattering outside of just efficiency. But it was just a little funny how that sequence played out. And obviously it's over with only one character lost, so not a huge deal. You can also rewind this guy. Old Man Logan, this guy's so good, dude. This is the best legendary they've ever done, or from my perspective at least. He's just so fun. There's so many compositions you can build around him. And that was it. So yeah, 0-1 for round 1 so far, but we definitely learned some things. Still need to shift my defense around, try to get ahead of the meta a little bit, and try to figure things out. There was no Exalted on defense either, which kind of made things easier, but right now they are already kind of good ways of kind of dealing with them that aren't very expensive. So I don't think we're going to see Raw Exalted for very long, because there's ways of breaking the counters that people already have. So yeah, we'll see if my next opponent has them, and I'll show you how to deal with them. So see you next time.